This is Paul Kelly for ESBR Boxing. Delighted to be joined by Jamie Conlan. Jamie, great night of action. Main event lived up to it. The Irish Super Bantamweight title fight was a cracker. The first show on the live stream between Borland and Turnbull was a cracker as well. A few cracking fights tonight.
Yeah, it had everything but knockouts tonight. Edge of the seat fights, 50-50 fights, back and forth fights, prospects being tested. Really exciting. Really exciting night. Even the off-TV portion, I thought Theo Allen, Gareth Dowling, Jack O'Neill, even though they're all 4-round fights, the progression I like to see, and they're really coming on really well, and they're getting better each time. So, got a bit of everything, as you said. I thought Turnbull and Matty Borland kicked us off perfectly for pro box. Both lads left it all on the line, just swinging for the fences, and it was class. It was brilliant. And then Rudy and Kerr, the first fight was nip and tuck. The arena was the Ulster Hall was really split on who they kind of had winning it, but he really did stamp his authority tonight, Rudy. The rounds were competitive, but you just felt like there was one winner when the bell ended, and he had pulled away, and he's really improved. The Super Bantamweight division in Ireland is really good. Listen, it doesn't have the glitz and glamour of all the big other divisions in the UK, but in Ireland, I think we have a real good wee crop of fighters here at Super Bantamweight, and Matty Borland coming into the mix, aggressive, confident, and looks like he just fears no one, is a great addition to that wee Super Bantamweight mix.
Absolutely. In the main event, I'll touch on the co-main event as well. Robbie Davis, that was a close fight. Mm-hmm. Maybe got knocked down, but some people maybe didn't see it as a knockdown. But yeah, like a good fight there. And would you maybe have plans of bringing Robbie back over for future fights in Belfast?
I think we'll probably look at Robbie and Harlem Eubank, who I manage. So I probably wouldn't make to do that in Brighton early next year. That'd be something that I'll speak to ProBox about and speak to Robbie about and see if the team are all happy with it. But I know we talked about it before and we talked about it during the week, but see what Robbie and his team think, and it's definitely something I would like to do, yeah.
Absolutely. And then looking at the main event, Pody McCrory, I mean, I'm sure your heart was in your mouth in that first round. He looked like he knocked Carrillo down, then definitely on some unsteady legs there as well, but an unbelievable fight, and yeah, what a great way to cap off the night.
Edge of the seat stuff, even though it went, I didn't think it was going to go the distance, but even though it went the distance, you still were thinking this could go over at any time. Both lads were swinging. Both lads, when you're hearing up close, could whack. And Carrillo was so hard. It was slippery, tricky, but then had this deceiving, just wicked, whipping shots. And it had a bit of everything, as you said. Pody dropping him in the first round, or in the second round. It was second round, and then goes in for the kill and gets clipped at the top of the head and is Bambi on ice. And Jesus, it was heart in your mouth kind of thing, and I'm just glad it's over. I'm glad he's through it. I'm looking forward to big nights tonight for Pody. There's some names that we're talking about prior to this, and I think Gary Jonas was talking about Charlo, and Cam Simpson was being talked about in Barnsley for next year, and Akhmedov, who's with Tom Loeffler, was being talked about prior to this. So big fights for Pody out there. This was a potential banana skin, real potential banana skin, and I'm glad he just came through it.
Any of the fights you're looking for then, those names you mentioned there are all big names at this stage of Pody's career. Is it just those big names that you need to be chasing?
Yeah, definitely. Nights like this, they're the ones where you go, you have to be really on your game for, because you're the target. You're the one someone's coming in to take out. You're the one who's got the carry the show behind you. Going and doing the big fights with Charlo, our Cam Simpson in Barnsley, or going to MSG hopefully, or potentially and doing Akhmedov or something like that on a Loeffler card would be big nights for Pody. And we're at that stage now. He had a few boxes he wanted to take off. He wanted to headline the Falls Park. He's done that. He got a big fight. We were potentially penciled for Vegas at one stage for Berlanga. He got that in America, and then he's headlining the SSC Arena. It's kind of momentous now. Momentous fights is what he wants.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed 2025 we see him in more big fights. Just quickly, Jamie, before we finish, I'll run through a couple of other fighters. Obviously, you've got Lewis Crocker, who hasn't been in action since the summer now. Any immediate plans for him? There was obviously talks with the Donovan fight, but I'm not sure what's happening there. What's the crack with Lewis?
We have agreed everything for the Donovan fight.
So that that fight's going to go ahead, hopefully at the beginning of next year.
I'm just waiting on Frank Smith to give us a green light, but we've agreed everything our end for the Donovan fight. Yep.
Brilliant news. That's good to hear. And your brother, Mick, any plans of him being back in the ring? Obviously, he seems to be enjoying his training over in Sheffield with Grant Smith and the team.
Yeah, it's just about finding a home first, and I think he's doing that now. I think him and Grant's relationships seem to click really well. It's great to see he's doing the corners and all with Grant. He's working him with other fighters in the gym and helping out, and he's taking a real liking to the people in the gym. So it is good. It's just he's doing it the right way, I think, this time, and not rushing in and rushing into a camp as well as finding a new coach. So it's good, really, really good. He's just going to take his time, and then potentially something first quarter of next year. Yep.
Is that? Would your advice be to him to just to get back to winning ways, have a first fight under the new coach, and then look forward, not jumping into a big fight straight away? Is it a matter of maybe rebuilding again after the losses?
He knows my advice to him, and I think he's taking the lead on it, and he's just taking his own what he feels, and I think I would agree with what he's doing, and he's taking a lot of time this time, and he's been out of the ring since last December, and he's just letting the body recover first and foremost, and then finding a home, finding what it's like, getting to understand the coaches, getting to understand the new system, and then taking time before coming back into anything.
And just finally, Jimmy, when is the next Conlan boxing show in Belfast? When do you expect to be out again?
We are December 7th in Waterford. Tyrone McKenna against Dylan Moran. And we're hoping to lock in the rest of the card, but we've got some good fighters. Barry McReynolds from Belfast making his debut on that card. And then with Pro Box, we're looking at February in Liverpool, and we've penciled one or two other places in March. And we've got some pencils here in just the start of the summer and the spring.
Brilliant. Well, Jamie, I'll not take up any more of your time. Thanks very much for speaking to ESBR, and catch you again soon.
Paul, thanks for coming.